why no one would want to have to live with it like this every day for the rest of their lives with whatever it is that's going on. So I was right up there with Dennis Quaid and Randy Quaid, and people wanted to laugh and scoff, but I knew what they were talking about. And it's like, he's not delusional or he's not paranoid. They're being attacked and you can't prove it. So anyway, that must have settled down because they wound up not going to Canada, I guess. Or someone else suggested that because they're high profile, like Hollywood or whatever, they might have done something on purpose to try to figure out what the problem was with issues like gang stalking, orchestrated harassment, street theater, and how badly was it occurring against some people. Like what, does it go to higher levels of brain manipulation and this, that, and the other? So it could. I'm walking a fine line because people who are attacked aren't necessarily... I don't even believe in mental illness because of what I experienced. I believe that people who have the ability to communicate a certain way could scramble people's brains and drive them crazy. And it saddens me that there are people who have suffered immeasurably, believing, having certain feelings that could be cast upon them. Not to sound voodoo witchcrafty or anything, but if people can harness and manipulate energy and you wind up in the wrong place, you could wind up feeling like, oh my God, is this what depression is? Like, and you can't figure out what it is, and you're trying to figure out how to feel better, and you can't figure out what a good solution would be. So it bothers me. There are people out there who know they're wrong, and they've made people suffer, and it could be a form of oppression to keep people so busy trying to figure out how to feel better. No wonder we have a drug problem. So anyway, and Big Pharma just keeps growing, So you want to talk about layers of oppression? There's stuff out there that haven't even been addressed yet. So you got your normal, there's socioeconomic, poverty, race, feminine, females versus males, gender, religious beliefs, and so forth and so on. We want to get into like levels of communication. Train 987. Do that math really quick. So it would be 17 plus 7, 24. We don't want 24. I already know somebody assigned that to terrorism. So, but I don't know why they use that number. So, but we have a lot of 7s in play also, so that's a big thing. And some people see numbers all the time. Someone was like, don't bother with the numbers because it's, there's nothing you can do about it, But I already know somebody assigned that, and it's been coming up lately, so. Anyway, Market Street Bridge. And sunset is at 7:30, and I think we just passed 7:30 because I saw 7:29 on the Pico building, so I believe it's, past that now. And we're coming back to the Aramark building, which was the design center that used to have the humpback whale mural on the sign. So now it's all glass offices and stuff like that. Are we doing river or straight? Straight? Okay. The sirens, they're going on Market or... Oh no, they're going... So they just went over the Market Street Bridge. Tropicana, we got orange in the house. So here, we all know there's orange as a symbol. Do I want the steps or do I want straight? Steps? Because I'm someone who doesn't like to be told what to do, and freelancing, you try to get away from the man and everything, but it's for my saying, wow, just stay away from the mid. No one have an accident, please. But here in Philly, it's so controlled, they'll make sure no one crashes into they will protect them, if you will. Down or up? Okay. Going up the ramp towards Chestnut Street Bridge. This was redone and opened after the pandemic. In 2021 this opened, I think. It's all exciting and everything. Has a bike lane, it's totally awesome. 2400, they have an eagle's nest on top. So an eagle lays her eggs on top of 2400. East. Oh wow, I don't know how good the camera will be, but wow, a beautiful purplish hue and blue sky. Looks so pretty. It's almost as if they had a pink or lavender light that reflected on the clouds just enough. And to see these buildings at sunset, like this is what makes the city beautiful. I kind of forget that coming out at night is like way better than being out during the day sometimes. And there's something about the night that's calmer or more still, less anxiety. I had a night shift, overnight job a long time ago, stocking shelves for Borders Books and Music. This is in Delaware, because I, kind of needed to avoid I was trying to figure out how to regulate my system per se. It is sort of like trying to figure out what is going to help for me to feel better. And it worked for a while, except that, wherever you go, there's some creepazoids, and there were a couple people working there at night who were annoying. So I wound up working days. They switched me over to day. They know people can only take the night shift for so long. Like, there's only so much to do. Like, it was, Borders Books and Music was new back then, way back in the mid-90s or so, and everybody was like, oh, we're gonna go to Borders Books and Music, have coffee, sit down. It was the first time we had ever seen anything like that in a bookstore. And it kind of tied in with the coffee, like people going out having coffee. Everyone became studious, everyone was that sort of warm, cozy coffee book academic feeling. That was a milieu that was promoted at the time, an ideology, if you will. Train of thought or a thought bubble for that time, that era and time period, however you want to look at it. It sort of shaped who people were. Wow, I'm looking at a shadow in this 1900 building here, and it looked like almost like Lincoln, or looked like Chris Hall, actually. There's a guy I watch sometimes, Chris Hall. He's into reporting stuff like missing persons and kids and similar type stories. He